All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Shane Each is joined by Aaron Ortega, and we are here for the third and final contest of the night. This is going to be a good one, folks. We've got Under Armour Elite sitting at 4-2, taking on Hoops 365, who is currently tied for first place here in the league at 6-1, and this one might be a preview of a playoff matchup. Aaron, what do you have for us for Under Armour Elite to come out and pick up their fifth victory of the season?
Yeah, you talk about the playoff implications. This is another game we saw a lot last night. For Under Armour Elite, they need this win against a very good Hoops 365 team. They can advance to 5-2 at the win, but key one, get back in transition defense. Hoops 365, we've seen them time and time again. They win every game by 15 points or more, it seems. So, and they do that by getting buckets in transition, even after made buckets by the other team.
Yeah, no time to admire a make if you're Under Armour Elite
you
tonight.
have to make sure as soon as that ball goes up, you're getting back on defense, because make or miss. Hoops 365 is coming back down and pushing the tempo as much as they possibly can. They love to get out and run. They're very effective at it. Jimmy Dillon leading the break as usual. Great team in transition, so don't let them get out and run or let guys get behind you and leak out. Key number 2 for Under Armour Elite, utilize Lavoy Allen. You've got a guy that's one of the best centers in this league. Use him. We saw last night they didn't go to him down low very much. He stepped out and hit a few three balls, but that's not where he's going to make his biggest impact. If he's going to make a good impact tonight against a good Hoops 365 team, they need him down low in the paint. He can absolutely dominate down low with his size and strength, and it's going to be a test for Graham Edwards for Hoops 365, whether he can hang with him. It's going to be tough. I would try to utilize Lavoy out as much as I can and try to take advantage of Graham Edwards. If you can get him in foul trouble, he's one of their best offensive weapons as well. That could really help Under Armour Elite to get Graham Edwards on the bench for a little while. Key number 3, close out on shots defensively against Hoops 365. When they're not in transition, and even sometimes when they are, one of the best three-point shooting teams in this league. When they get in a half-court set, even when they slow it down, their drive and kick game to get guys open, and their movement off the ball is second to none in this league. And they find themselves more open three-point shots than anyone you're ever going to see in this league. It's unbelievable, their ability to just find open spots on the floor, get to it, and their teammates find them consistently. So if you're Hoops 360, or if you, Under Armour Elite, you got to close out on the shots from Hoops 365. Otherwise, they're going to light you up all day.
Yeah, they are, and you mentioned Hoops 365 right there. You mentioned Jimmy Dillon. He is certainly going to be leading the team in terms of a scheme for the contest, and really he's starting to take this group into the teeth of their schedule. They're going to have a couple of tough opponents here in the next couple of weeks, so if you're Jimmy Dillon and company, what is your goal tonight going out against a very talented Under Armour Elite team, maybe the most talented team you've played so far this season in the Pro-Am?
I think it's probably them or take games to another level, which they lost that game. So like you said, they're getting really into the meat of their schedule right now against some of the big boys in the league. Key one, listen to Jimmy Dillon. The guy knows basketball, and what he's telling you, it makes sense. He's telling you this for a reason because he knows the game. If he tells you to do something, go out there and do it, it'll probably work. We've seen them. They've done that a good job so far. They've listened to him on the bench. You listen to their huddles. We've listened in a few times. He really gets his guys' attention in the huddle, knows what he's talking about, and they usually do it pretty well. So key one, just listen to what Jimmy Dillon says and do it. Key number 2, dictate the tempo. We talked about earlier on. They love to get out and run. They're so effective in that high-octane offense. And even you saw they forced Stomp-Off last night to get into a high-scoring game. That's where they like to live. They live in that high-scoring game up in the 90s, 80s, 90s range, higher-scoring team in the league. That's where they're going to make their living. They're a much faster team than Under Armour Elite. So if they can be getting out in that foot race and dictate the tempo like they want it, that's going to be a huge advantage for them this game. And finally, Mike Cuffey is probably the most talented player on that team. He's got to come out to a quick start. We've seen him time and time again have a slow first start or first half where he'll come out and give 2, maybe 4 points in the first half and then just erupt for 13, 15, 20 points in the second half to lead his team to a win. He's got to come out early on and help build a lead. Hoops 365 is one of the best teams in the league at playing with a lead and not relinquishing it. They need to build an early lead, or build a big lead early on, and Mike Cuffey is going to be a big part of that. He's likely going to be guarded by Dalton Pepper or Khalif Wyatt, 2 very good on-the-ball defenders. He's got to find a way to get going, move off the ball, have his teammates help create for him a little bit, but he's got to be a factor early on and not just in the second half.
Yeah, this one's got the makings of a heavyweight prize fight here tonight, folks, so get ready. Coming just ahead, Under Armour Elite taking on first place Hoops 365. Be sure to stay tuned.